Hi friends, welcome back to another amazing day of teaching and learning. This is Peak Flicks Reading and Writing with Miss McKinley. Today is day 7 and we are chugging along on our learning. I am so excited about today's learning. Our reading teaching point. I can learn information about a topic from nonfiction books. Today, we are learning all about a brand new text feature that gives us so much information and even deepens our understanding of what we've learned about snakes so far. Today, we will zoom in on the text feature of a habitat map. This shows us all of the different snakes and the different places that they live all around the world. Whoa! We can learn. So we are continuing to use this anchor chart to really shift our gears into learning something new. Slither snake, we can learn. Our habitat map is located on the back cover of our book. If you turn to the back and open up the back of the book, there is the habitat map, and then there's a model of how you can draw a snake. So today we are going to look really closely at this habitat map. So as we are looking at our words today, and as we're learning about the different types of snakes, I want you to think, do they all live in the same place, or do they live in many different places? So let's take a peek. Vocabulary tree. Animals, snakes, tail, tongue, hood, head, fang, scales. Eyelash tree viper, slither snake. So this snake lives here. Do you see the different types of plants? Where it lives? We can learn. A rattlesnake slithers. Slither snake. Western diamondback rattlesnake. This snake lives in a place where there is sand, and we see bushes, and back here we see a mountain. Very interesting. So far, 2 of our snakes have not lived in the same spot. Or maybe they do. A king snake slithers. Slither snake, Arizona mountain king snake. This snake is on a rock. So that's a different place where that different snake lives. A cobra slithers. Slither snake, king cobra. Look at the king cobra. What is it slithering through? Grass. Yeah, look at it slither through the grass. We can learn. A viper slithers. Slither snake. Where does this viper live? It lives in a tree. It lives in a place where there's a tree that looks like this. A boa constrictor slithers. Its scales help it slither. Slither snake. See you later. Boa constrictor. Scales. So where does a boa constrictor live? What do you notice? It's on a tree, and there's some bushes and some leaves behind it. So this snake lives in a different place as well. So here is our snake habitat map. So if you want to look and follow along in your mentor text, you will open up to the back cover on the last page, and it's this orange page. your book, when you open your book, it's going to be sideways. I took my picture that was sideways and I put it like this so we could really look closely at it. So this is a snake habitat map. Snakes live all over the world. Here's where these snakes live. So look at this. Here's the Arizona mountain snake, and it lives here. This snake's key. Down here, there's a map key. So that's very important. So the Arizona mountain king snake is the color that we're looking for on the map is orange. So right here is orange. So that means that snake lives in North America. The net snake is the western diamondback rattlesnake. That snake is this like gray. It's like gray with lines. So that's kind of close to the Arizona mountain snake. That is also in North America. This is the boa constrictor. Let's find the boa constrictor on our map key. It's yellow. So any places highlighted yellow are where the boa constrictor live. King Cobra. Oopsies, King Cobra. That's that picture. And the map key is telling us that any place shaded purple are where the king cobra live. Sedge viper. That is green. So any place that's green is where the sedge viper lives. And guess what? That snake lives in Africa. So we just saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of snakes, and we saw that these snakes live all over the world. So that is so interesting. And tomorrow, during our reading lesson, we're going to really look about the background of where the snake is and thinking about the climate and the way that it feels in those different parts of the world and how those snakes live in those different types of areas. We definitely learned a lot from our book, from our pictures, and from this snake habitat. The snake habitat map is also a key text feature in a nonfiction text. We are just gathering and gathering so much beautiful information. Now it's your turn. Get your book baggie and search for a new text feature in your book. So your book specifically might not have a habitat map, but maybe there's a new text feature that you never saw before. And you're like, wait a minute, hold on, that's something new that I'm learning. So read your book and learn some new information. Use your anchor chart, We Can Learn, to really guide your thinking. Pause this video and come back in 5 minutes. Welcome back, friends. It's now time for writing. Here is our writing teaching point. I can call to mind what I want to say by sketching my fact that all snakes slither. So the other day when we were planning our story, we had 3 points that we spoke about. We said, there are many different types of snakes. When we wrote about that fact, we went through all of the steps of writing. We sketched first, labels next, then came our sentence and color last. Now we're moving on to our next fact. Oh, so sorry. Our next fact here, which is all snakes slither. So when we're starting a new topic in our writing, we have to go through all of the steps again. So today we're going to sketch first. When we are done, we have only just begun. I can use details. We are going to add to our pictures. So today we are starting a new page in our writing. So today we will sketch an illustration of how all snakes slither that we learned about in our book. Sketch first. So as you see here, I already sketched my picture. So here, I started with this snake here, and I made the letter S. I then circled right back up and finished off my snake. I put my snake's eye, my snake's nose, and the snake's tongue. Do you notice where I put this snake? I did. I put this snake in a tree. So this snake lives in a tree. And this snake is slithering up a tree. I found that so interesting that I knew that snakes slithered on the ground or on the grass, but when I read my book, I learned that snakes also slither up a tree. I drew my sun. To draw my tree, I started with a line on the bottom, and I fanned up, and then I did a line on this side, and I fanned up. Then I came around and I almost made like a cloud shape to make the top of the tree's leaves. Here is another snake that I drew about today. So again, I made a really slithery looking snake. This is my boa constrictor. This is my rattlesnake. You can tell this is my rattlesnake because of the tail. So sorry, friends. Okay, so for the snake's tail, I started with little circles, and they were bigger, and they got smaller and smaller. Do you see all these little dots? What do you think that is? Where does our rattlesnake live? What are those little dots? Did you say sand? You're right. This snake is slithering in the sand. So remember, when you sketch, you're just simply drawing a picture. You're using a pencil. You're adding some details, but even though you're so excited to finish your writing, don't finish your writing just yet. We're going to break apart these steps very, very slowly. Soon, you guys are going to go through all the steps all by yourself without me modeling it. But for now, follow along with me, and as you're doing your story today, sketch a simple picture. Now it's your turn. Call to mind what you want to say and sketch another new fact about your animal. Remember to sketch first. Boys and girls, I am so happy that you joined me for another wonderful day of teaching and learning. I hope that you have a great day. Bye, friends.